Good for some, I guess bad for the ball players out in the crowd. But we'll see how they want to attack. I mean, it's probably going to be the Winston again, but maybe this is the change that they needed. Collusion in interview was speaking about how they have such different play styles. They know Mikeyy is much more aggressive, fast-paced, just wants to go in, dive, 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 dive. And Collusion a little bit more reserved, wants to play a little bit more of a slower game.
A lot of the Winstons that have found success in this new Kiriko meta have been very aggressive and have had to play with no fear, especially when Reaper is a part of that damage lineup. It's historically been a really nice Winston counter because of how much damage those Hellfire shotguns can do to Winston's head hitbox. So you definitely want a Winston that can jump in there and can test the Sojourn in the backline. So we'll see Houston Outlaws come out of the gates on the defense with the Winston. But Striker may be going for a quick pick here on the Widowmaker.
Ooh. Oh. Be a little bit more careful than that. Creative sometimes. Seen too many casualties there. All right. Houston Outlaws playing rather far up, I must say. We've seen a lot of different defenses here from a lot of teams. The Outlaws just taking it super aggressive, and Shock are more than happy to bring it to them. I mean, they're trapped on the wrong side of the map right now. I mean, they're just going to get torn down. This is too easy for the San Francisco Shock in their first attack. That's a quick team kill. Just like that.
Houston got absolutely collapsed on by the Shock once they were able to jump forward, and then just as the Outlaws started to rotate around, Shock were able to capitalize on that awkward movement to be able to secure this first point. Now they've got 5.5 minutes to get through second with this payload.
All right, kill Captain Danteh. That was their motif to begin with. Oh, spin on the flank. Oh no, instantly spotted. There's no way you're gonna get through much of that. Well, yeah. Proper starting to fight up again with a nice little railgun. Pelican forced to use that rate. This is the time we normally see a lot of the teams just int basically onto the Reaper after you use that shift. But Proper steering that railgun at lightning speed.
Where's Sting going? Okay, all right. Maybe trying to go for a bit of a cheeky flank, going for a bit of that poke damage to try to get that Kitsune rush online. Pretty quickly outpacing Creative here, so that'll be laid down soon.
That was a really nice movement there from Danteh. He kind of flipped around 180 real fast, just make sure he didn't get headshot. Oh, but Pelican can't dodge those. There's Proper overclock, overkill. The San Francisco Shock charge on forward. Proper with 3, make that 4, maybe 5. Danteh hiding in the room, but nothing's going to stop you from this. Actually used the primal to stay alive. A big ultimate burnt. Outlaws not happy with that.
No, I mean, at this point, that was Danteh buying time for the rest of the Outlaws to get back. That 4K for Popper set them back so much. People to come back in for the recontest, and now the Kitsune rush.
Oh, no, we're good, everybody's fine, it's all good. Don't worry. The beat came out just in time for Lastro to save his team. Oh, please save the PC too. I hope it's okay. Houston Outlaws are still trying to hold on, but the payload is so close to being delivered. Oh, a small C9 from Houston there. Was it really a C9 if you were getting this manhandled? I'm not sure. Merit trying to go godlike like he's done all playoffs, and Proper is going to take him down. The San Francisco Shock want to make this quick.
Yeah, that they do. I mean, Proper's already going to lock down one of the exit points for the defensive spawn of the Houston Outlaws. And with this high ground control that Proper has, he's going to be building up to that railgun once again. So 2 key ultimates for the Shock heading into this one with the Overclock and the Death Blossom. And Lastro doesn't have the sound barrier to be able to contest with it.
Okay, Mikeyy ends up going down. That's the second dot for death for the San Francisco Shock, but still, the Shock willing to fight this. I mean, depends how confident they are, but I would be after getting 5 minutes on the second point. Proper's got that overclock. His second, Merit's building up towards his. He's 50% away now. Death Blossom for Striker available. Jumps straight over the payload. Merit didn't even go down to the Death Blossom, but Pelican actually bites back. Pilot of Finn overextending. Kind of dossing around a little bit, but of course Proper's still trying to carry as hard as he can. Danteh forced into the bubble. It's going to save him, but not for long. Proper takes him clean out of the game as the payload continues its journey towards third.
And at this point too, Violet's getting that sound barrier online. Mikeyy with another Primal Rage coming up as well. A lot of sustain for the San Francisco Shock to make this attack strong and also pretty long.
Oh.
But okay, a bit of a setback here.
All good, okay. Small reset, collect your thoughts, get into that next fight. Both support ultimates up for the Shock. Lastro a little bit further behind with 20% to go. If the Shock, they're all tracking well, like maybe they know Lastro's not near that beat just yet, they can just overwhelm them.
I mean, Houston Outlaws here, they can't overextend or else they're running themselves right into a Kitsune Rush from Finn.
Kitsune Rush is going to help Lastro as well build up towards that beat a little bit quicker, pumping out that damage. Speaking of Kitsune Rushes, they're actually, Shock are just going to go in with a beat first, a late Kitsune Rush, and here comes his sound barrier from the Outlaws. But Striker leading the charge with those Hellfire shotguns, but Pelican and Merit making sure they burn as much time off this bank as possible. Danteh making sure the DPS from the Shock cannot get a clear shot on the back line. It's only Proper left. He's only just hit that respawn. 2 minutes disappearing from the Shock's time bank now. 3 to go.
Houston Outlaws has such a beautiful disengage there, which got a lot of time for Lastro to come back in with the sound barrier to help preserve the team and this defense. But with the wraparound the San Francisco Shock are going for here, Danteh can just start to jockey around this corner, but the overclock from Mirror trying to shut them down.
But look, you can see Mikeyy just diving in straight away. Has to retreat for a moment, just waiting for that overclock to fade. Still with 100 charges. Oh, okay, maybe not anymore. Merit did end up missing that shot, and now it's Proper's turn to lay waste to the Outlaws. They get chased all the way back into their spawn, not where you want to be at all. Merit falls, but they do trade for strikers. Proper's still trying to search for the kill onto Pelican. He secures it, and now it's just Lastro and Danteh on the point to try and keep things alive. Creative is going to be here, and the DPS, the Outlaws are respawning, and with Pelican's Death Blossom, this could be their final stand.
Have that. Maybe the sound barrier from Lastro getting online too. How much time can Houston Outlaws buy?
No! Lastro ends up going down. No beat now for the Outlaws and no speed. This Death Blossom from Pelican has to be massive. He's waiting out on the payload with his Death Blossom, but he's struggling to find an entrance, and Proper shuts the door on him. And the Shock take over the last point. The beat to secure. No sound barrier for you, Outlaws. The Shock complete with time. 1 minute and 32 seconds in that time bank.
San Francisco Shock had walked into that second point with 5.5 minutes. Kept up that quick pace entering into third. Very impressive that the Houston Outlaws were able to whittle away so much of that insurmountable time bank. Kind of came down to the wire there. San Francisco Shock still finished with 1.5 minutes, but now Houston Outlaws, they have to complete the entire map. And so we need to see them set an aggressive pace, especially when Mikeyy is a little bit more eager to jump into the backline right now.
This track is so clean. All right, the Shock, well, importantly too, they did finish with over 1 minute, right? So Outlaws going to have to match them.
That replay too, I mean, Proper right now, he's got 29.
Deadlifted right now.
I know, that's what I was getting. I couldn't get there fast.
It's all right, there's a lot of numbers on the screen.
Proper's deadlifting right now is all what we wanted to say.
16 final blows out of the 29 that San Francisco Shock currently have, doing 37% of his team's damage. He's got a backpack big enough for 4, and the Shock are in it.
Finn's going to take an aggressive positioning. He saw the disruptor shot from Proper as well.
Ooh.
Just be able to get a lot of damage down onto the Outlaws.
All right, another aggressive hold, this time by the Shock. Oh, Finn. Those kunais, yeah, they hurt. Not a place though you want to be. I love when the Kirikos actually hold forward there. You can play around the mega pack. That switch step. It's on a fairly low cooldown, considering how strong that ability is. It's good to see aggressive supports using it. You get a lot more ult charge too if you put down early damage. Speaking of damage, oh, Striker already dead. 3.5 minutes to go. The San Francisco Shock now taking the duel. Proper unfazed by the encroaching Winston is still managed to kill Merit. The Outlaws still have a nice spawn advantage though. I mean, their spawn is a lot closer, but look at this. It looks like Outlaws are just going to back out. Oh, Dante's caught! He couldn't quite get over the little ledge. And now Pelican's trapped in a room all alone. And now the San Francisco Shock staking their claim on the spawn doors of the Outlaws.
Proper gonna hold down that front line as well. With that overclock available, will be the first ultimate of this round on King's Row. Creative just trying to get a little bit of pressure there, playing on that high ground ledge, but has to go in with this Kitsune rush to try to break through the defense.
TP spawn, Kitsune rushes, and Pelican just trying to get max value with it, actually forcing away Finn, who's also laid down his own Kitsune rush. Finn couldn't get to the rest of his team because Pelican was just standing in front of him. If you pass Pelican, he's going to two-tap you with the Reaper. And now Merit's on a nice little angle in Hotel as Houston Outlaws regain control of the point. 2 ticks online, but Shock still looking for another entrance. A rape form actually for Striker, gets onto the point, and they even lay down the beat. They don't want to give this one up. Said it like 92%, but you can't get back. And with 2 minutes to go, the Shock with a heck of a defense, a Primal Rage will end this push. Outlaws, they're going back to spawn.
Outlaws walked away with 2/3 of the pie, but that was all because Shock were able to disengage and then come back in.
Oh, Striker! Ultimate disrespect. This is the speed, the pace that you expect when Mikey's in. Playing all the way up to the front line. Oh, Lastro. Oh no, please don't say it. Oh, the Ajax. Oh no, sound barrier for Outlaws now. They're gonna have to do this one without support ultimates. They're relying on Mele and Pelican to find the kill, but Proper's on the flank. Creative in his sights, has to Suzu himself. The Outlaws feeling pretty rough about that one. Kitsune rush from the Kiriko to march them forward. Merit actually takes the better of him. A double kill. Merit's coming alive. Both DPS ultimates had to be used in this fight as they have no sound barrier to back them up. And here it is. A nice little team kill, and that will be point A unlocked. They're going to get the payload going.
Houston Outlaws are one of those types of teams when their backs are against the wall, they always clutch it out. And so that was a beautiful point A capture, and now they finally get to get that payload rolling. But it's gonna have to be off the back of this Kitsune Russian creative if they want to keep this momentum pushing forward. That should allow them to get into the face of Mikeyy, as long as they don't get punished in the backline for giving up too much space when Mikeyy jumps in. Also gotta watch out for Proper, as he's gonna get set up on a flank here with the overclock too.
The Outlaws have a Kitsune Rush advantage right now. Finn used that in the last fight to try and win it and hold on to that point. Should be a pretty easy fight here for the Outlaws if they don't get jumped on by this shot first. Speaking of which, all right, there's the Kitsune Rush, the Suzu. They're WM1ing. Yeah, and Mikey's down. At least Finn kills creative, which is nice. Strike is still on the point, trying to make him hurt, but no. The Outlaws, they control now. But with only 2 minutes to go, the Shock are going to have an easy recontest.
The recontest is even bigger for the Shock here too, because they do have Violet's sound barrier to be able to back that up alongside Mikey's Primal Rage. So tons of sustain on the board, and there's not really enough DPS pressure on the Houston Outlaws to be able to overwhelm that overhealth that the Shock will be able to have. So it's gonna be on Lastro's speed. They've got to be able to use this and time it right.
Nice disruptive shot there in the choke point. Actually forcing out a lot of cooldowns right now from the Houston Outlaws. Mike trying to bash the DPS into the sights of Proper. He was just laying in wait, trying to leverage that ultimate from Mikeyy.
Great disengage there from the Houston Outlaws, and now they're going to be able to take an ultimate economy advantage when you see Merit and Pelican working up to their DPS ults.
Nice little flank there. That Kitsune Rush is pretty good for Finn as Danteh jumps into the backline. A Suzu to help the backline more, the Outlaws, but you can't help them from that. Proper's just immense damage coming out. That was a really nice response from the Shock. They saw Finn was getting dove. The Kitsune Rush straight towards the backline, and the rest was history. The Shock now making their final stand on this second point with 50 seconds to go.
3 ultimates on the board for both teams, but it's overwhelming DPS pressure, and how these sound barriers go. Lastro didn't get a chance to use it a little bit earlier in order to contend with Striker's Death Blossom.
Oh, that was just dirty Striker, just hiding away. Oh, with 30 seconds now, And Striker popping out of the woodworks to disrupt this push of the Outlaws. This is going to be a struggle. Someone's going to have to touch. The Outlaws have a beat, but Violet's there to match. These overclocks from Merit and Proper, they're going to signal the end of this match or the continuation onto that third point.
Lastro's gonna have to use his sound barrier pretty aggressively as well, just so they're able to make it to this payload. And Shock is gonna be there.
Oh, Proper going pretty low, but he has no fear. Dives straight into the backline, but Lastro's been caught. The beat again, Ajaxed. The Houston Outlaws with little to no support left. The San Francisco Shock determined to hold this on the second point. Match point in their sights. Their victory so close. But they just have to deal with Danteh in the front line. Perma healed by Creative as Lastro joins the fray once again. A perfect stall from the Outlaws, but is it going to be enough? A Suzu forward from Finn to protect the front line as Proper is just dominating Merit on the high ground. A big focus onto the Sojourn as he falls. Lastro and Creative is the last hope, the last attempt to try and hold, but it's not going to be enough. The San Francisco Shock on match point. Their miracle run through the lower bracket is about to be complete. The Houston Outlaws absolutely absent from this game so far. Their thirst for a third title must be quenched. And the San Francisco Shock are making this a quick one.
Match point already for the Shock. After such a big performance coming out from Proper, you heard the cheers in the arena for the Alarm Rookie of the Year, for the MVP. And he's about to prove it, maybe even now here, looking at Escort as our next map type.
A lower bracket run similar to 2019. Shock want to do it once again.